you, Jussi. Katy, would you like me to say who you are? Are you happy to do it? Go on, you do it.
Hi, I'm Katy Wickremesinghe. I'm the founder of a global consultancy and a content platform called The Wick. And we dedicate ourselves really to opening up this kind of opaque thing that we call the art world. And we spend a lot of time on one side, it's a marketing consultancy, working with businesses, founders, CEOs, unlocking cultural capital and equity and showing them how to navigate the art world and the art market. And on the other side, we have a publishing and content platform, which anyone can access and look at, which is where we kind of highlight narratives and stories of artists, leaders, cultural game changers. So museum directors, artists that we think deserve a platform, and diverse new voices and fresh talent. And I think I'm very lucky that I also work on the public sector of the art world space through trusteeships and mentoring. So I'm a trustee of the Royal Academy, of Dulwich Picture Gallery and Yorkshire Sculpture Park. So I'm very deeply entrenched in the art world in different forms. But I think it's worth mentioning, I myself didn't actually have an art history education. I studied history, and funnily enough, it was partly because I was sort of veered off this topic of, you know, what are you going to do with art history? What would you use it for in a job? And I think for me, I'm so passionate and so deeply entrenched in it now, and so committed to sharing a lot of these stories and to creating open access to this world. I've realized really that one of the biggest challenges is there's not really enough information at a school and a university level that showcases the breadth and the access points and the different types of jobs that we can hold in this very broad ecosystem. It's not purely just the artist or just a gallerist or just a museum director. There are so many nuanced layers. So what I would say is to anyone studying is to keep your mind really open. There are opportunities for everyone. I think also I'm a born Londoner, but I'm half British and half Sri Lankan. So studying art and culture and the high-low of arts and culture in the art market has really helped me make sense of this East meets West philosophy of growing up in a multicultural community and having the privileged upbringing of being a Londoner. And whatever anyone says about London, there are many things to criticize, but our creative industries, our cultural industries, our arts institutions and education is second to none. We have 800 galleries, 200 museums, and I know from teaching myself in auction house educational bodies that, you know, there is so much support as well on a public level. You know, our museums are civic centres. There is lots of opportunity for mentoring. And I would say, as someone who entered the art world at a much older stage in life, having been in the creative industries for well over a decade, that it is really something that you will never regret. And as Michael and Jussi have also said, I think it really helps you to form an understanding of yourself, both individually and collectively as a community, whether that be in a workplace, whether it be within a wider community, and what you can contribute to society. And I think having come from a medical background with both parents who were from doctor and a nurse on both sides of my family, I'm really passionate about the healing powers of art. And I spend a lot of time with the World Health Organization looking at how we can build quantitative and qualitative data around arts and culture and its impact. And it really is absolutely huge. And that's not just on an ideological level, it's actually on a physical level. It's known to reduce stress hormones, to increase our cognitive capabilities, to reduce dementia symptoms. And I think it's an important part of arts that can be neglected. It's something that we shy away from. And ultimately, as Michael, I'm sure, will attest, when an artist shows us a piece of artwork, it's a very vulnerable, open, private space that they're occupying. They are sharing with us a real part of themselves, whether that be in joy, in despair, in anxiety, in trauma. And that in itself is a very human, multisensory, incredible experience that we get to share. So I've become later in life a huge advocate of